Good evening. This is the Athletics and Wellness Subcommittee meeting that was supposed to begin at 5:30. We apologize for the delay. We've had some issues with the weather, and I arrived late, and some other things that were beyond our control. In any event, I'm going to call the meeting to order. In attendance, we have committee members, Mr. Amico, Ms. Carpenter, Superintendent Vidala, and we're happy that Mr. Arnottis is able to join us tonight as well. So there's one item on the agenda. I'm going to pass it over to Mr. Amico for that. And if Mr. Amico, the floor is yours.
Great, thank you. Mr. Hockman, thank you for calling the meeting. We just wanted to get an update on the athletics. One of the things that kept on popping up over the last few weeks was parents and student athletes requesting that parents be allowed to attend road games. Now I understand that this was a decision made by the NEC, and we're probably past that, but it's something just to maybe put on the table if things improve with cases and so forth. But just wanted to throw that out there that people have been requesting. And one of the things that kept on popping up as well was not so much watching the games, but what if a student athlete was injured during one of those games and parents weren't allowed to be in attendance? So that was something that really caught my attention. So I just wanted to share that with the subcommittee, and through the chair to Dr. Vidala, if you could just give us an update on how things are going with athletics. I haven't heard any complaints. I think kids are excited really to be out there and playing, because as we know, it's such an important part of the experience, the high school experience, and it's for some students it's as valuable as the in-class participation. So if you could just give us a quick update on how things are going, that'd be great. Thank you.
Sure, absolutely. So we are very happy that we were able to engage in some fall sports. I know that we were a little disappointed that volleyball could not go, but we were very excited to be able to get our boys and girls soccer, our cross country, and our field hockey and field hockey, and we had girls and boys soccer, boys and girls cross country, field hockey, and our golf programs are up and running. So so far we've had some successful first round of meets. Unfortunately, the weather hasn't cooperated with us, so we had to cancel a few of them. But we are happy that the kids are able to play. As you know, Mr. Bua and his team were able to work with Sharon Cameron in our health department on our COVID handbook for parents. It was an addendum to the athletic handbook that we already have. And some of the things that we had discussed at the subcommittee meeting and then we brought to the full committee meeting was that there were going to be some sacrifices. And so unfortunately things like the locker rooms weren't able to go, and there were some concessions. I think that part of the concerns that we're dealing with 11 different communities, and they are, some of them are in the red, some are in the yellow, some are in the green, and many of the high schools are not having in-person learning. And so they're going fully remote. However, they wanted to participate in athletics. So there were some concessions to be made. Unfortunately, one of the concessions was that, that we could only have spectators from Peabody at the home games, and everyone would host their own home teams. And that was a sacrifice that we made. We discussed it here at the subcommittee. We brought it to the full committee. And, ideally, we'd love to have as many fans as possible. However, we are working within 11 different communities, and that was one of the sacrifices that we needed to make sure that we had the fall season.
And I just want to, through the chair, I just wanted to thank you, Dr. Vidala, and your team, Mr. Bua, Sharon Cameron, and all the coaches, the whole staff that has really worked tirelessly. And I just think that people need to hear that. They know that, but they need to hear that we wanted to do more, but we were up against it. We were working with 11 other communities. Numbers are ticking up. They continue to tick up. So I think people are happy with what we're doing. We wish we could do more, but under the circumstances, I think we're happy with what's going on. So I just wanted to thank you guys.
Thank you. And I think it's a challenge. I mean, some of the communities in the Northeast Conference are unable to participate. So right now, the two Lynn schools and and Winthrop still aren't able to participate, and some of the communities chose not to participate, even though they do have the option to play. So we were able to, advocate for what the families and the students of Peabody wanted to do, and we felt like this was something that was really important for our community, and we wanted to make sure that the kids had an opportunity to play. It looks a little different, but it is an opportunity for them to get out there and to compete against other towns. And so we'll continue to look at it, and we'll look to revise any protocols that we can for the winter season. And we're really hoping that we can continue and have a safe and healthy fall season, and our kids can be successful, and that we do so in a way that follows the protocols and the guidelines that were in place, so that we can continue to stay in school and continue to try to increase the number of students that are attending. And hopefully we'll be able to have a winter season as well. And when we do that, we'll go with lessons learned, and we'll see if we can adjust some of the protocols for the winter season.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Amico. Thank you, Dr. Vidala. Ms. Carpenter, would you like to add on to that subject, or?
I was gonna ask, but he finished it at the end, that they're gonna look at it and,
Right.
and see if it can be revised for the winter season. I would assume that we need to think about how many people can gather in an outdoor space, those type of things. Right, it's a little bit of a practice, so thank you for looking at that.
I do hear we're working on a retractable roof for the field house. No, joking, just joking. No, thank you. It is exciting to see student athletes practicing and performing at the high school. Even in some of the sports that aren't in the fall season, in an informal capacity. I was able to catch a baseball game up at Donahue Field, and it was nice to see just kids out there, young adults out there playing sports that they love, that they've played most of their lives, and learning and getting enjoyment out of it. So I think things are going very well. I believe athletics, like academics, is just going to be an hour-by-hour evaluation and a reevaluation and reevaluation, and we'll improve. We see certain areas where there might be some deficiencies, and we'll continue to look at those and work on them to improve them. So, Mr. Miko, if you're satisfied, I think that was the only item on the agenda. I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Good.
Thank you.